We are anticipating a non-traditional address tonight from the president. However, there will be some familiar themes, such as his perceptions of what he accomplished in 7 years so far, while laying down markers for the country going forward. Correspondent Kevin Corke is at the White House tonight. Good evening, Kevin.
Brett, good evening to you. As you could well imagine, the president has in fact been briefed on the unfolding situation in the Gulf, that according to senior administration officials. And of course, as we get more details, we'll certainly share those with you. They're hoping for a very quick resolution and that Iran will follow through on its pledge to allow the sailors to continue on their journey from Kuwait to Bahrain. Now, this latest entanglement with Iran comes as the president, as you pointed out, is now preparing to deliver his final State of the Union address. For President Obama, it's been a painstaking process, searching for the right words to convey a sense of optimism in his final State of the Union speech, while still reflecting the serious challenges facing the country. In an interview this morning, the president said tonight's address would focus on the nation's future, while recalling the long, hard road the country's traveled together.
We are still battling terrorism. People are still recovering from some of the economic blows that hit. And it is sometimes important for us to step back and take measure of how far we've come.
But not nearly far enough, at least according to the latest Fox News poll, which found that just 42% of those surveyed say they approve of the president's job performance, while 53% say they disapprove. Said House Speaker Paul Ryan, he'll present a very glossy rendition of the last 7 years. He'll try to set some verbal traps along the way, and it will be a very political and pointed speech. Pointed perhaps, but the politics have been anything but easy for the president, whose failures over the past 7 years have been credited with the resurgence of the GOP, which has overtaken both houses of Congress on his watch, and now has a leading presidential candidate in Donald Trump, who seems to rise higher and higher in the polls the more he takes aim at the president's policies.
The message that Donald Trump's putting out has had adherence a lot of times during the course of our history. Talk to me if he wins. Then we'll have a conversation about how responsible I feel about it.
Can you imagine Donald Trump standing up one day and delivering a State of the Union address?
Well, I can imagine it in a Saturday night skit.
A pointed, if not dismissive, answer by the president. By the way, he said that sometimes the realities of the job overshadow the rhetoric of the campaign trail, something he's learned over 7 years on the job. By the way, the shortest speech of that the president's ever given, State of the Union, Brett, lasted about 52 minutes or so. The shortest all time lasting just 29 minutes. We expect tonight's address to fall somewhere in between those two numbers, Brett.
We'll be watching Kevin Corke live on the North Lawn. Kevin, thank you.